Check. 1, 2. This is the Chu Down Show with Chuy Gomez. Chuy Gomez.
Get started, shall we?
Check. 1, 2. This is the Chu Down Show with Chuy Gomez. Chuy Gomez.
Get started, shall we?
Aquí estamos, tacos, Jalisco, in Vallejo, California. That's Vallejo Valley Joe. We're about to talk to Captain Save 'em though. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Who's that? It's Captain Save 'em. Captain Dixon. What's up, boy?
Man, it's a blessing. How
Man,
you doing?
definitely a blessing, man. I'm glad to see you around, bro.
I'm happy to be around. I'm happy to be with you.
I like that the suit is maintained.
Yeah. You know, it's been in the cleaners for over 30 years, so shout out to the cleaners.
For you folks that don't know, this is the Captain Save-A-Ho character from E40's video, man. I remember him going into the photo booth and spinning around and coming out to say the hoes.
Exactly. Yes.
Man, so what year was that? Was that 90 what?
It was 94.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Here we are in 2025, and life is beautiful as we get ready to go into 2026.
Yes.
Man, we've had such a good life.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you started off as the character, but you were doing so much more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Tell the folks, because some folks only know you as Captain Saver though,
Right.
visually. But
Right.
tell what you've
That's
been
true.
doing behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, I've always been behind the desk, you know, like whether it's running a company, doing road management, event production, tour management, like everything. Because as you know, we had started a lot before anybody started doing it the way he was doing it. Wait 40 and Be Legit and D-Shot was doing it, St. Charles. We had to figure it out ourselves. So that's why we only had me and them three doing it. So we had to figure out, well, how do we do this? We didn't have Google back then.
No, and there wasn't a map
Right.
or instructions.
It was just a real map.
right.
That we used to put pins in and say, hey, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, and we're gonna do this. So, but yeah, I always been behind the desk and really just doing the business part. That's why when people say the music business, everybody should get the business part. So
Right.
that's what I was doing literally from day one.
Yeah, and it's crazy because entertainment is such a visual sort of fun thing, but people forget that you actually gotta sign documents, contracts, get
Yes.
paper rights so you can get paid.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even though we are out there having fun and doing videos and doing concerts, you eventually got to get paid.
Exactly.
You know, so, but you not only did that, you later on ventured off and did TWDY, which was the whole Danier, and that was a collaborative of you and Ant Banks, and who else was in that?
Rapping Forte, but of course, Too Short, of course, E40, of course, we had Dollar Wheel, we had Mac Malls. Like everybody came out for that project. You know, Banks put it together, and shout out to Banks. I mean, he's always been my Dr. Dre. You already know, and everybody else is Dr. Dre, but he put that together. It was just so dope and so seamless. And how it came to be is I had called him one day and I was like, yo, man, I really want to do something. Now, mind you, I hadn't even rapped or anything at this point. And I'm calling him like, man, I really want to do something. He's like, what you want to do? And I said, I don't know, a song or something, right? So he was like, just come to the house. Went to the house and he had it out there in Antioch. And we sat down. And I'm thinking I'm finna go in the studio, we finna record. I got there, we watching the Warriors game. And he fixing spaghetti. And I was like, damn, you know, like, what's happening? We ain't gonna hit the studio. Finally went upstairs and then started messing around. He playing stuff and blowing my mind. And we did one record and it was called Out to Get Mo. And it was just a record that we were just doing, just playing around. It was the first time I rapped. And then 2 days later, he was like, you know, I think we should do a whole album. Mind you, this is a time when Banks was getting like 30, 40,000 tracks. So in my mind, he's saying, let's do an album. And I got to pay 30 something. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about I ain't got no money like that. He start laughing. He was like, oh, just come to the house. And we ended up starting to do thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Good food. And we ended up started, you know, working on this project. And one day he called me and said, I got it. I got our single. Went to the house. He sat me in a chair. He pushed Clay and walked out the room. And it was Players Holiday playing. Like just the music, Otis and Suge was on the hook, and it was a bang. And then he came back in, he's like, "What do you think?" I said, "What I think? It's amazing." I said, "Who was that for?" I'm thinking he did it for somebody else. Like, it's for us. And that's how that started.
That's crazy. So you guys laid down the tracks. You guys already done a song. And at one point, you guys decide, okay, we got 2 songs. We're going to do a full album.
It was when, and it's crazy because people don't know that Players Holiday, the after song, we did probably 10 versions. It was just me and him. He just kept saying, "It ain't it." And I was like, "Yeah, because I don't rap. I don't know how to rap." He's like, "It ain't you." You're like, "It's just something." And then he called me one day. He's like, "Pack your bag. We're going to Atlanta. You're going to see Short." And what people don't know, Short is really supposed to be the 3rd member of TWDY. So we went to Atlanta. Short and Tony Director picked us up, went to the studio. Short did like 4 or 5 songs. And that's how the album process started. And then, Banks, as soon as he got that, then he started hearing people. We went to LA, started getting different people on there, and that's where he came about.
That's amazing, bro. And so now let's fast forward, because recently Pilo did a remake of that song.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It felt great. It felt great. I had talked to Will, who managed to make me and Will had a conversation. He was like, "Yo, he wanted to do this, and we did get in trust with Banks and everything." So for the NBA, and it was exciting, for the new. I'm not gonna say kids, but the new era that was pushing and that was already, Pilo and them already up here, and they reached down and like, "Yo, what? We're gonna do some old school stuff." So that was love.
It was like, man,
Yeah.
I was at the video shoot when they were shooting that, and to see like G-Eazy and Saweetie and Pino and the rest of them get down, it was pretty incredible to see. And I was just like, awesome. And at the time when they were doing it, they still hadn't met Ann Banks. They had the track and they did it.
Yeah.
And they hadn't met Ann Banks. And I remember sliding them Ann Banks' number after I got Ann Banks on the phone. And I said, "Here, y'all need to connect since you guys are doing this song." And they were able to talk to Banks. And that was awesome.
Yeah. Dope.
But you also have done so many other things. I know you did the video, the Captain Save Home video. You've done some other rapping besides the TWDY. And let's fast forward to current day today. I'm hearing you got a book in the works.
Yeah, I got a book. Yeah. Me and my guy, Brandon B12, also Derek B. We've been working on my book. It's called "Want to Be Saved." I'm not going to give away the whole title, but it's very much called "I Want to Be Saved." But we got a lot of stuff in here because I've been blessed to be a part of a lot of hip hop first. Shout out to Shoulder Boy. He probably do everything first, but I did a lot. You ain't saved no hoes first. But I was blessed to be a part of, I got 500 remixes, the Cap and Saber hoes, the TWDYs, like even just appearances in videos and everything. So it's the book captures that, but it captures also before that, me where I was born at, all kind of low start. And it's kind of big. It's dope. And the future. So yeah.
And the future, speaking of the future, I was talking to Derek off air, and he was saying something about you're talking to Cuba about doing some other stuff too.
Yeah. So shout out to Max Shine 100.
Max Sheezy.
Yes. So Max Shine came to me.
Oh boy.
Yes. And you do.
And you do know that.
So he came to me, he had a project that he had. It's called We the Munchie. And he explained to me that he wanted to do this TV show. And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Tell me more." So we ended up talking. So he brought me in. It's like, "Yo, Cap, I need you to really go in on this." And then he was saying that even though, 40 is his cousin, somehow him and Ice Cube is cousins. They found that out about a year or two ago through their family down in Louisiana. So he said, "Man, as soon as I told Cousin Few about it, he said, 'You with it?'" I said, "What?" I said, "Give me 5 minutes." So I put together the agreement and everything, and then sent it to him. I said, "Send me to Q." Sent it to Q. 5 minutes later, Q signed it, and we got on a Zoom call. Yes.
Wow.
And then I was telling Cube, I was like, "Look, I know you're busy." And then he cut me off. He said, "No." He said, "I ain't too busy for what we got going on." And ever since then, I was like, this dude, he's up Real.
And it's about business.
Yes.
At the end of the day, Ice Cube always been about business, handles his business, and so it is amazing. And I love the fact that you guys are connected with him and keeping it West Coastish.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be the most West Coasters ever, because everybody's a part. Of course, Snoop, because Mac Sean was signed to Snoop for over 10 years. Snoop's a part of it. Exhibit, like everybody. It's the show is gonna be dope.
So what you be doing between TWDY and writing the book, or have you always maintained working the whole time?
Yeah, and I mean it's a blessing that, not that I had a full-time job or a real job. It's just whether I've been consulting or doing some kind of management, and the universe has been blessing me with opportunities, and whether it's to collaborate with people who, hey, I want to do this celebrity restaurant, or I want to do this and that, and I help them, bring it to fruition. So that's a lot of stuff that I've been doing.
And that's the beauty of being from the Bay Area, that we've been able to collab with each other and build with each other and grow with each other.
Yeah.
Because as you know, you and I met through Andy Kawanami at CMC.
Man.
And
yes.
I was at Wild 107 before it became Wild 94.9. And then I went to KML, and it's been a long run, but it's been a beautiful run. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Right?
Yes. And that's what people don't understand. Like, this is real history. Like, you've been supporting the culture, and you are the culture from day one, for 30 plus years, even before that. Because like you said, through Andy with CMC, and then through Wild 107, like, remember, that's when I was coming to radio. I was trying to do radio, trying to get our songs on radio. And then eventually got tired of being stepped on KML back in the day. And I remember going there every Monday and trying to get it. Then when it finally got played, I pulled in front of the studio, and everybody ran out to Studio 40. Everybody, studio tone turned it up. It was like, wow, the song is on the radio. It was real. That's real.
It's just been beautiful, man. And I just want to say thanks for taking time to bring us up to date with Captain.
Yeah.
If folks want to connect with you, see what your movement is happening, how can folks get a hold of you, or just follow your story?
Just right now, Instagram, official Captain Savum. And then, I got some more stuff coming. I'm working on the TikTok, working on all that stuff as far as Tweesman. But I have a project too that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. I have a peep show project, which is it's going to be a peep show experience. And I took a little piece from Uncle Luke, and yeah, it's a show, it's a tour, and it's an album. So
there you go.
Peep show.
So check the Instagram, get connected, follow the man, because it's definitely going down. And we're here talking to Captain Sable, Kev, and Dixon.
Oh boy.